I hope that you're excited for my updated curly hair routine. My name is Allison and I have naturally curly hair. I have grown to love it, and I think everybody with curly hair should love and embrace their curls. So I wanted to share with you an updated styling routine. This is my clean hair that I've styled using no heat, only a few products, and my wisdom on how to best control your curls. And I think this routine is very transferable to lots of curly haired girls. So I'm going to be showing you some updated products that I've been using, as well as a few favorites that have been in my routine for years. So stay tuned on how to achieve this very natural, beautiful, curly haired look. So the first step of my clean hair, and by the way, I have no makeup on, so this is what I look like, no makeup, straight out of the shower. I actually just put a little bit of rose water on my face, and that's it. It's like what I like to do after I get out of the shower and I'm dealing with my hair. I like to put a little rose water on my face so I can let that sit and tone my hair. But my first step is going to be the Johnson & Johnson Detangler. I'm going to focus this mainly on my roots, where most of my tangly section is, because I'm going to be using a leave-in a little bit later, primarily on my ends. But I put that Johnson & Johnson detangler in. It's not my favorite, but again, I have it and I need to use it up. My favorite type of detangler that's also kind of a leave-in is the It's a 10 Miracle Cream. And then I'm going to be using my holy grail, and if you watched my prior video, you know how awesome this brush is, my Wet Brush Pro. And look how literally easy this is to go and brush my hair. So I'm going to get out all of the tangles. Is all brushed, and I know I've mentioned some of these products are not my favorites, but now we're moving on to some awesome products that I really recommend for curly hair. So if you'll notice, I brushed my hair while it was wet. I haven't put any towel on it yet. So for curly hair, our hair tends to be really dry. So if you want to style it well, you need to put stuff on it right when you get out of the shower, right when it's most wet, so it can really soak up that product. So one thing that I did was my detangler, which also has nutrients for my hair. I have not dried it yet, and next I'm going to be using a leave-in, and this is actually something new to my routine that I am loving thus far. It's from Garnier, and it's their Triple Nutrition Curl Nourish Buttercream for dry and curly hair. It recommends putting a quarter-size portion onto damp or dry hair, distributing it evenly throughout the hair. Do not rinse. So I'm going to be doing just that. I'm going to be taking a little bit, quarter-sized amount in my palm, and I'm going to be distributing it evenly throughout my hair. But I do like to start with my ends. Those tend to be the most driest areas of my hair. It's also where I have a lot of my color in my hair. So I'm going to be focusing, if you have like an ombre type of coloring like I do, you want to make sure to focus this on the ends of your hair, really working it through with your fingers, and concentrating that in the driest portions of your hair. So next, what I like to do, this is a step that I find works well for me, is I like, once I have my leave-in in, to really brush, just give it a quick brush. You don't want to be brushing your hair like for hours and hours, or it's going to create a lot of frizz and not be a great look. But I think it's important to just do a quick brush through with that product to make sure you get it evenly distributed. So next is one of my other holy grail secrets for curly hair, and it is a microfiber towel wrap. So instead of using your towel that you use when you get in and out of the shower, that's actually going to create a lot more frizz in your hair. You want to invest in either a towel wrap or use a t-shirt. A t-shirt will work just as well, but I like this because it has this handy little tie-up hook, so it makes it a lot easier to put up your hair. I actually got a set of 2 of these from Target for like $5, so they're really reasonable. So you're going to go ahead and put your hair up into one of these next, after you have your leave-in conditioner or leave-in cream in your hair and all worked through. So next, I like to let my hair sit in this towel wrap to soak up a little bit of the moisture for just a couple minutes. I don't like to do it for that long. I don't want my hair to get too dry, but then I'm going to be putting in my styler. And some people might put your styler in before you put the towel wrap on, but I find for me that this product gets too soaked up and I have to kind of restyle it again, and it just kind of creates more frizz and my hair gets more angry with me when I do that. So again, this is what's working well for me and my hair routine, but it may not be the best for everyone. So I've taken my hair out of the towel wrap and you can see the curls are starting to form. They're looking nice, and now is a good time to put on my styling cream. And this has been my holy grail styling cream since I really started, you know, really knowing what to do with my hair, and when it started looking really great. It's been my go-to styling cream for the past like 3 years or so. It's Catwalk's brand Curls Rock Amplifier. I've mentioned this in prior videos. This is my holy grail. It's a little pricey, but I never buy it full price at Ulta. You can always get it on sale. They usually do like a buy one, get one 50% off, buy two, get one free. You can use it with your coupons, other things like that. So I would definitely recommend it. It's worth the extra money. I think it's around $18 for this tube, but this tube will last me like 3 to 4 months, I would say. So it's definitely worth the investment. So I only put this on my wet hair. I actually have a totally different routine for if I'm restyling my hair and it's already dry. This is, again, clean first day hair styling. So if you guys want to see my second day and third day and your fourth day restyling routine, let me know, because I have a whole different set of products that I use for that. I put in about 2 pumps or so on my hand, is usually enough for my whole head. And I concentrate it first towards the middle to ends of my hair, and then after I've got it pretty, a good portion applied, I'm going to take the leftover and put it towards my roots. This stuff is kind of heavy since it's a cream, so you don't want to go straight into your roots or your hair is going to feel and look kind of oily afterwards. So I like to just distribute it evenly in my hair. I'm not going to use my brush at this point. I'm only going to use my fingers. Kind of done with the brush. I've used it enough. I don't want to extend my curls and mess with them too much. So I've got that good first, I've got it kind of in everywhere at this point. Kind of maybe putting it a little bit more in my roots. And really what I'm going to do at this point is I'm going to go in and style it. So here is where I like to just with my fingers start to part my hair. I kind of like to let it fall naturally. I don't want to do too much overworking to it. I like to let it kind of do what it's going to do. I find that's most successful. So I kind of have my natural part in there, and then at this point, if I need a little bit more styling cream, this is where I'll go in with a little bit more, and I'm actually going to just define my curls where they're not looking exactly right. I'm going to start wrapping this around my finger, holding the curl, and then releasing. And I don't do this all over my hair, like every single strand. Some people do. I've seen like really extensive YouTube videos where people do that. My hair, I'm lucky in that a lot of it kind of does that on its own, and I don't have to work with it too much. And I don't really want to overwork my curls, and if you have to, they'll just kind of turn out better if you can like let them do what they're naturally going to do. But you do want to provide some definition and not, end up like just a total mop on your head. So I kind of like to do that technique, and you'll notice that I like to kind of squeeze it with my fingers, but I try not to squeeze it too up, because that is going to just create a lot of tension in your hair. You actually kind of want to pull your curls down throughout while they're drying. It's going to create just more length and definition in your hair. So I'm going to go ahead and finish up just taking small sections and styling them like this around my hair until I'm happy with the whole look. So my hair is all styled to my liking, just using my fingers and the styling cream where necessary. I've twisted it around my head, being careful not to press upwards into my scalp too much, and really trying to stretch my curls downward and really creating that lengthening effect, nice pretty curls. Remember not to neglect the back of your hair. So you want to make sure that it looks good all the way around. I find using a mirror is helpful so that you can look at the back of your head. It's definitely a good investment for curly haired girls. But yeah, my hair is all set now. It's looking good to my liking, and I like to finish it off with some hairspray. I'm currently loving this Argan oil finishing spray. I have to have hairspray in my curly hair routine. I know not everyone loves hairspray, but I love it in my routine to really finish off and set my curls. I like to wash my hair at night. It's what works best for my schedule, my routine, and then I just like to let it air dry naturally. I rarely use a diffuser on my hair. I just don't like the way it looks after I do that, but I do it if I am in a rush. So I'm just gonna let it dry naturally, and I'm gonna pay attention. Maybe, I'd say my hair maybe takes about an hour and a half to dry naturally on its own. And every 30 minutes or so, I'm just going to be sure that I'm keeping an eye on it. I'm going to, if certain parts are not looking right, I might put a little bit more product in it. I make sure to kind of pull down my curls through the drying process so they don't look crazy, close to my head. I like to make sure the product is distributed evenly throughout. If any sections are looking particularly frizzy, I might go back in and reapply. So I think if you're doing an air drying, don't just set it and forget it. Keep an eye on your curls and kind of fix them up where necessary if you are going with a long-term drying effect like I do. So here is my fully dry finished look. I think it looks nice and full, yet my curls are defined and looking nice. So I didn't do anything else to it since I last talked to you guys. I just made sure throughout that it was drying nicely and continuing to kind of pull down my curls so that they dry nice and long and curly and perfect looking. Also going to show you guys, so sometimes I wash my hair in the morning, daytime, and then go out and experience it later. But 9 times out of 10, after it dries like this, I'm going to be sleeping on it and then waking up and wearing it the next day, almost kind of like a fresh head of hair. So I'm also going to insert a clip on what that looks like as well for you all, so you can see how it's looking the next day as well. But yeah, overall, I think my hair looks really great using these styling tools and methods, and I hope these tips and tricks work for you. Please subscribe to my channel. Stay tuned for lots more curly hair videos in 2016, since I am a curly haired girl, and I think the first step towards great curly hair is really loving it and embracing it, and there's so much to do with it. So I have a lot to share with you guys in 2016.